So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution.
Today we're going to be talking about Bethany Frankel's call for reality TV stars to unionize. It says we're getting screwed today too. And this is a pretty interesting phenomenon. I want to talk about what this means and what she's looking for. I, as a caveat here, don't know anything about the Real Housewives of whatever city this is for. I don't know anything. It's very interesting to me. But as a person who likes Rock of Love and all the trashy VH1 reality shows of the late 2000s, I am all in reading about it. So she's wanting reality TV stars to unionize. I assume that she is one of them. Sounds like she's from New York, and this all comes from the writers' strike and the actors' strike that's going on throughout the entertainment industry. And I honestly think may last for a good bit of time, personally speaking, because I don't think that the actors have a lot of leverage. So Frankel put out on Instagram a post that said that unscripted talent needs a union, and they do need to be treated fairly and valued, and that's everyone needs to be treated fairly and valued. But ultimately, they're not able to capitalize on the streamers and networkers. So I think that that's pretty interesting. I'm going to look at this residuals, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Reality stars should stop shooting network and streaming content until their free content is taken down because they deserve residuals. She says that she was paid peanuts for her work and that actors have talent, quote unquote talent, which is what studios pay for. And she says, no, studios pay for advertisers and advertisers pay for the purchasers of the talent of the household, aka women. And what gets women? Reality TV. Interesting. So she was paid in 2008. She was only paid $7,250 for the entire season, which is pretty impressive. She's not receiving residuals at all, even though it's on Peacock, and she's generated a lot of money. The problem I see offhand is she obviously has generated a lot of money. Value comes from the scarcity of talent. That's where value comes from, or one of the things that value comes from. And it's a little hard to argue that these positions are particularly scarce, right? They're not trained actors. They're not actors of any quality. They don't have any redeeming personal qualities that I'm aware of. But again, I'm mostly used to watching Flavor of Love and Rock of Love, so maybe things have changed. She says she's generated millions and millions of dollars. It's agreed. It's not an argument. They absolutely have. I'm familiar with Real Housewives, so I recognize that. She says, well, we're getting screwed too. She did sign up for $7,250 for the entire season. She didn't tell them no. She was well aware of what she would be paid. So I don't really understand how she was screwed, but she isn't receiving residuals. And that is a factor, but it's going to be a little hard to unionize when, a company could quickly just choose another personality with respect to these reality TV stars, right? Because we're talking all reality. We're not talking Real Housewives. We're also talking The Bachelorette. We're also talking, from G's to Jen's, if y'all take my deep cuts. We're also talking anything in between, and I think that is a bit of a mistake. That's a little hard to justify. I don't know that you're certainly making these these drivers money, but in terms of your leverage within the industry, I think it's a little bit tougher. Uh, and I actually, people keep telling me that I should check out Vanderpump Rules, but I hadn't seen it. I'm pretty sure it's reality, right? Uh, so it says critics will say that actors have talent, and that's talent's actually not that important, is what Frankel says. A Real Housewives of Atlanta star didn't know there were two, I don't think. Nene Leaks said, yeah, I'm saying this, but they will hear you better than her. Caitlin Bristow, who's from Bachelorette, is on board. So, I mean, there's some fairly interesting stars that are involved. I'd love to see them try. I just don't think that they would be particularly successful. And that's ultimately it, right? Is I think that it would be an interesting concept to put out there, but I don't know that she would be there. She says she's received over 100 messages from fellow reality TV stars. Cool. Interesting. This article, of course, is by Helen Holmes from the Daily Beast. Go check it out. Link down below if you're interested in reading it a little bit closer. So what do I think? Again, I don't know that she will hold the power that she thinks she has. I don't know that she has the power that she thinks she has. And ultimately, one of the successes of reality TV is lower paid wages, people who are coming that with no, you know, no training, nothing, and bringing that to the table, and that gives it its reality, its realness, and what we're all kind of searching for. And so, if you think that you're the same, think that's a tough argument. I think that the landscape is not quite there yet. But I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Should reality TV stars unionize? Can we see Becky G and oh gosh, and New York and all of them real and all of them join a union? I don't know. I'd love to hear what you have to think. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.